Hey, welcome back, everybody, to our second podcast for the Digital Adventures Time Let's Play channel. Today we're meeting with Peter. He's been with us for quite a while. He plays the perpetually drunk Jink Freeman, the perpetually drunk orc necromancer. So if you see anybody stumbling around, running around at very high speeds, usually alone, that's Jink. He likes to gather up
Where
all.
am I?
Yeah,
Who am I?
he likes to run pale mail through. At least he doesn't do it naked. He likes to run right through mobs of monsters and kind of invite them to the party. So it's more efficient that way, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us. So why did you decide to accept my request when I came into the office that day and said, "Hey, you want to play ESO with us?"
Actually, there's multiple reasons. One, I'm kind of new to this area in Florida, and to just hang out and play would be a great way to just meet people and have fun. And the second thing is, I haven't played an MMO in a while, and I just had a hankering to play.
Cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of games I'd love to play actually.
Nice, nice. Yeah, when I found out you were into games, I went and said, well, maybe he'll, haven't had a chance to talk to him much in the office, so maybe we'll be able to hang out a little bit, outside of the office. So I'm glad you accepted. I've had a lot of fun. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I know everybody else has had a lot of fun with you along. You're definitely our comic relief. I tend to be a little bit on the serious side, trying to wrangle everybody and keep the thing kind of moving forward to some extent. So it doesn't take us 5 years to finish the vanilla game,
But
but
there's so many shiny things.
I know there are, but your efforts are much appreciated. Yeah. All right. Well, since we're on the subject of ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, what is it you like most about the game?
I love um the housing probably. Let's see.
Well, that's interesting.
Like it's really hard to get to that point because it costs so much, but I think they did housing really well
Oh,
in
cool.
this game.
Yeah, I,
Like
I, I visited your place over in the Rift. Is that where it's located? What's the name of the house that you have for your character?
I can't
Can't
remember.
remember. I put you on the spot there.
I've bought a few houses, so I can't
Well,
remember.
what's your favorite houses that you out of all the ones that you bought so far? What's your favorite one? Do you remember that one?
Well, since I've been buying it from cheapest to most expensive, it's currently the most expensive one.
Okay.
And it was only about I don't know, like 85,000.
So you've been actually using gold to buy them, huh?
Yes,
So how do you
yes.
make those copious amounts of gold to fork over for those houses?
Well, I don't know. Is this just gonna be between you and me?
Yeah, just between you and me and everybody else listening.
Okay. Yeah. The people. It's crowdfunded.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
The
good
the
way to put it.
people of Tamriel have, they have very open
They,
pockets.
they chipped in, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's that is a very diplomatic way to put it. I'm sure that everybody who was involved in that kind of crowdfunding activity knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then there are the good ones, the nobles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Are they?
Now,
They tend to be on the generous side, huh?
yeah. I like them the most because um, they're very stingy, but sometimes they just give you this one really amazing item that gives
Mm,
you, oof, yeah,
okay.
gets you a quarter way there.
And they'll never miss it, huh? Never miss it.
Nah, they get it back somehow.
Right? You go back to their house a month later, and why is this thing back? Yeah, it's definitely not Skyrim where you steal something and it never shows up again. But all right, well,
I
cool. So
didn't
you
have a
did
problem.
I recently purchased a house in my character. So what'd you think about my place?
Oh my god, it's so luxurious. You know, you
Even
get
those cold
yourself
stone
a
walls.
castle. I do like that it's already furnished because if it's so expensive.
Mm,
Like I have actually gone through the markets and I have tried to purchase just a boatload of patterns to craft.
mm-hmm.
Because on my main character, I just crafted and crafted until I got max on everything. So I figured, you know what? As long as I have materials, I could just make it. So I just spent so much time on getting that, and it's still not enough.
You
Just
not enough in what way? Like not enough in money wise or in skill wise or
oh no, it's like your furniture does not match. You know, you have to have the matching furniture. You have to
oh,
have the same
gotcha.
type of wood. You have to have the same, you know,
Right. Yeah. I just
style.
went with the orcish motif, we're the unruly orcs, so I said, "Hey, this looks like a place an orc would live and I've got the crowns, so I'm just going to get the thing furnished." And the few things that I did have that I'd picked up along the way, I found some good places to put them. So cool. But I've only, like I say, I've only visited one of your places, so I need to go by and check out your other places. Maybe,
Well, I'm still saving up for the house, you know.
which is the house?
The well, actually, sorry. I'm saving up for two houses, and one of the houses is the Ebonheart Chateau, which is
Okay,
about 3 million something and change.
I've visited
And, you
that one.
know,
It's pretty crunk.
I'm a third way there, you know, just
Okay.
getting there. I haven't been logged in for a while, so I haven't really been saving up money, but I
Hmm.
could easily get maybe 50, 60,000 a day if I actually tried.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's work.
Yeah, yeah, it's a slog.
And then there's the house that I personally want. The previous house I mentioned would be for Bonacula,
Okay.
or sorry, she goes by a different name,
Yeah.
Gloam.
Well, so Natalie, when she's playing with us, she plays Gloam, and we'll have her on here. We'll have her on here and get and pick her brain about this as well eventually. But
Well, hopefully I get that house for her before she has her
right,
before
she
you
can
talk
have
to her
good
about
things to
that.
say about you, right?
But yeah, my house in comparison is only 1.1 million, but
Mm.
I still love it better because, you know, unlike her, I'm the opposite, you know. Instead of the dark instead of the vampires,
Hmm.
you know, I'm more about the light, the angels, the nature kind of way. Maybe not, you don't see that in the game,
Uh-huh.
but uh, that's this kind of things that I like.
All right. All right. Well, so what is it that you don't like about the game?
Oh, so
List too long to.
so to begin with, I'll just say the main one, right? When this game first released inside ESO, I don't know how many years ago. I feel like it's 10 years already.
It's been a while.
But I was so excited. I had all the hopes and dreams, and it was on my wish list because at that time I was going and playing every single MMO in existence, right? I've played, you know, the Final Fantasy 14 before it became 14 2.0 and 2.0, and Fly for Fun and Rapples and Gaia and I can't
Too
so
many.
many.
Yeah, list longer than your arm, huh?
Yeah. And so I thought Elder Scrolls, they're making an MMO. Is it going to be anything like the Elder Scrolls games prior? Because Elder Scrolls is all about freedom, being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, how you want it. And I thought it's going to be the same.
Uh,
And then they said it was class based.
oh, hmm.
That just sunk my heart right there, and I just ah
Well, they kind of trick us though. They say they have class titles, but you don't have to stay within that class. You don't. If you wanted to be a sneaky wizard, you could play you wouldn't have access to like some of the skills, but you could play what is it, a night blade and use a staff, and then but still have access to all of the staff abilities, and then be able to sneak around. So I get what
yes,
you're saying. But I think within the limitations of an MMO as opposed to like a sandbox single player game, I think they came up with a pretty good idea, at least in my opinion.
it's a quarter of the way there. I'm not gonna
Okay.
even give it halfway. Sorry,
All right.
um, because for example, Final Fantasy 14. You're sick of playing as your class. You just switch classes,
You
just like
just
that. Bam.
change yeah, it's all based on what weapon or whatever gear you're carrying or something like that.
And not to mention, as a necromancer, my character, even if I wanted to be as holy as possible tank paladin,
Hmm.
as soon as I cast my skills, I'm gonna be caught. I'm gonna have all the town guard on me. you know?
Well, I mean, how many times have you gotta take into account, how many times have we actually heard of a necromancer that you know was a good guy?
But that's also the other thing. My original intention with selecting the necromancer class as my character was to be able to summon a bunch of minions,
Mm,
skeletons, which
yeah,
I had hoped, and it was yeah, it was not
yeah, yeah. I
I
understand. Yeah,
a 5 second minion,
5 second menu. Yeah, that's true. That's true. When you think of in terms of with the warden and the sorcerer, where they can just have the permanent minions. You'd think that they'd
yeah,
let you.
sorcerer is totally misnamed because the sorcerer should be using sorcery, not summoning.
Yeah, but it also does kind of harken back to Skyrim and some of the Elder Scrolls titles where conjuring in the Elder Scrolls titles isn't like conjuring in like AD&D in the traditional sense. Your conjuring is taking something from one realm and bringing it to you. So that was part of the mage tree in those games, and I think they were just trying to stay true to that. And then
Yeah, I think a lot of people's first conjuring spells in
yeah,
either Skyrim or Oblivion or Morrowind would have been like to summon
a,
a longsword.
yeah, or an Atronach or something like that. Yeah, yeah, but
And so, yeah, it's different when you're summoning a weapon. You don't think to yourself, "Hey, a weapon? Wow, this is a
yeah,
summoned item.
yeah,
Can I summon my lunch?"
right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, at least they could have let you like dead mobs. You could raise them as zombies and keep them at least for half an hour or something like that But yeah, they
And then
chose to
walk into town.
and then walk into town and watch the guards go crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, what keeps you logging in week after week after week with us? Playing the same game over and over again.
Well, as Jink, it's really to play with the group.
Mhm.
But as my other character, it's to save up money for a chateau.
Right.
uh,
Well,
but the Nightblade is so amazing to play, though.
mm,
It's absolutely.
you kind of wish that's the way you went with our.
Oh yes,
Mm,
definitely.
yeah.
Been the classy rogue instead of be so pish posh and be like, yes, that would sell very well. Yes.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't give you so much grief, with being Mr. Sticky Fingers because that's part of your class, right? Oh my gosh. So, All right, so last little question here. So, when do you plan to do a solo for all of your adoring fans out there? I know you've got people out there who that's why they watch. They want to see what you're going to pull next. So,
There was one in the works until my hard drive kind of failed on me.
oh no. Well, you want to
Well,
give us any hints as to what it was, or whether or not you're going to give it another try, or?
I don't know if I'm gonna give it another try, so I'll just go ahead and say it. It was clicking. Um, sorry, what's the term? Click and something adventure.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
See
So
if I can
describe it.
find it.
Describe it a little bit.
So it runs in the same line as a lot of the uh, adventure games that were extremely popular, I believe, in the 90s before they had 3D and such. Uh, the best known company for this would probably be Sierra, creating the series of.
Hmm. So was it a retro game, kind of like my Might and Magic series?
Um, yeah, it's definitely retro. Definitely more retro than Might and Magic.
Okay. Well,
That
good.
was the
I love to
plan.
see old games. I love to see old games. Well, maybe you can. Maybe if you like those those click things, maybe some. Have you ever played RuneScape?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, maybe you could do a little, a little, maybe commentary, maybe not commentary. That's totally optional whether you want to whether you want to talk or not. So if it's something that you don't think you can like talk perpetually
It's
about,
a little different
do a
though
non.
than that.
Oh, is it okay?
Click and adventure games would be more like they're mostly puzzles,
Oh, okay.
and you have the scene set before you. Maybe perhaps a crime had happened, or maybe you're trying to investigate a mystery, and you see an axe on the ground. You click it, and it goes into your inventory,
Mm.
and then oh, there's a tree. Use axe on tree.
Do you?
Simple as that.
This might be a little bit, a little bit before your time. But do you remember a series of games called Myst?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
kind of like those games.
Yes, exactly like those. I
Okay.
believe Myst 5 became the first 3D Myst, and I was so upset by that.
Oh no.
I actually enjoyed Myst prior to then, and then they came out with 3D, and they, I think, went downhill.
Mm. Well,
Concentrate.
I hope you do decide on a game, and then start sending me some footage because I'd love to do a little series on our channel for what
Yeah,
interests what something a game that would interest you, something you think you might have fun with. So.
I definitely have a lot. Just on Steam alone, I think I have almost over 400.
Mm. Well, try to pick something that you might be able to play to the end. You won't get bored halfway through.
Oh my god, whenever I play a game, I want it to be the game, something I can invest 1,000 hours in. How many hours did you put into Skyrim? Just guessing.
Skyrim, I've just started to Skyrim. Up to this point where I've actually started the game, or started the playthrough, the series, I might have played 2 hours worth.
Wow, okay.
I never got past Riverwood. I think I may have gotten to Whiterun one time, but I never fought the first. I never got far enough to fight the first dragon. I never did Bleak Falls Barrow until this first playthrough that I'm doing. So I'm absolutely newbie to the game and brand new to it. So I do
Like,
know some about it because I've watched some documentary videos and things like that. But um,
so when it first came out, I was so obsessed with that game. It probably would have been, I totaled maybe 400 something hours on
mm.
it.
See, I was playing. I was deep. I was knee deep in WoW. It came out about the same time WoW Classic came out, so I was already knee deep in that, and didn't have time for anything else. But yeah, I mean, one day I may have one of you guys do an interview on me, and we can talk about my my Skyrim adventures because it's I've got mods on it, and it is definitely I definitely question the wisdom of putting mods on it for the first go through, but
Well, some mods are just okay. They don't change anything, such as the HD
mhm,
mods.
yeah,
Lovely.
yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate your time and to kind of give us a look-see into what goes on in that noggin of yours as far as games are concerned. And I've really appreciated you joining us for our ESO playthrough and all of our other stuff. It's been a really good time hanging out with you online. So
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for having me. I love it.
you're welcome. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us for this second installment of the podcast, and we will catch you later. Bye for now.
Catch you later.